Hello, 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 hello. It is May 16th. I can't believe it. I mean, didn't we just completely shoot through April? It seems like we've shot through this whole year, but definitely April. Anyway, hopefully some of you come on. I'm working on learning how to schedule this so that you'll know when I'm on. And I'm working on it. But I haven't gotten there yet. I admit it. All right, so I guess I'll have to read my SP Declare. We're on it. We're sort of on it. Let's see, where am I at? I'm at 5. Failure to handle and disavow and disconnect from a person demonstrably guilty of suppressive acts. So that means I wouldn't disconnect from like Andreas Helderland, who created the website that I highly recommend anybody who wants to learn about Scientology. It's all there. A lot of it. A lot of it that they won't tell you is there that's important to know. So Andreas Helderland created that. Hi, not my name. All right. Thank you for coming on. And I'm just going over a little bit of my SP Declare. Hi, Fiona. Hi, Sophie from New Zealand. Good to see you. I'm just going over step 5 of my SP Declare: failure to handle or disavow and disconnect from a person demonstrably guilty of suppressive acts. So basically, hi, Michelle, anyone speaking factual information about L. Ron Hubbard, David Miscavige, the Church of Scientology, the technology that they don't want known, they decide is a suppressive person now. That's what Miscavige's thing is. Hubbard had a longer runway where you had to go through a bunch of different hoops. And then if you didn't make it, you were declared suppressive. But Miscavige, hi, Michelle, is like, declare him. That's it. That's what happened to me. Yeah, I mean, hello, hi, Eric. He didn't do Miscavige didn't do any of the steps that you're supposed to do in ethics before you declare someone. He never heard my side, ever. No one did. They just, you declared suppressive, that's it. Mark Bunker put up Magoo Dancing in Boston, and I was declared shortly after that. Let's see, what date is it? September 15th, 2000. See? Ooh, there you go. That's my SP Declare, and I got it. I know that all kinds of different people say different things about SP Declares. Hi, Marcy. But the only reason I got it, people have written, I just saw it yesterday. Someone said, well, Tori asked for it, hers. No, I didn't ask for mine. What happened is I called asking for my financial records because I came home and my house was stripped and girly ghost, hi, I wanted to find out they had my money. So I wanted to get it back. So I called and I asked for the finance division at Flag, which is the last place I was. And they put me right through to let's see, I think it's her only terminal is the Justice Chief via the Continental Justice Chief. There you go. See? There you go. Right here. Her only terminal. Okay, and a terminal is a person. So they put me right through to the Continental Justice Chief. And it was a young girl. And Jesse Prince had already told me they don't give out SP Declares anymore. Yeah, I have. Thank you. You didn't lose me. We lost you. No, you didn't lose me. I think you meant that differently, but clarify it. Because she said, we lost you. And it's like, they lost me. Anyway, so Jesse Prince had said, no, they don't give out SP Declares anymore. So I said, okay. I didn't even know if I was declared SP, right? But I knew I was leaving, and that's often down the runway with what I knew. And that they'd cancel my band, cancel the airline. The vice president was at LAX saying, we know where you're going. You're not going there. It went on and on and on. So I thought, okay, this isn't good. So, but Jesse said, nah, they're not going to give you your SP Declare. They don't give them out anymore. So I was, okay, so that's in my head. So now I fly home after staying there for a little while. I call Flag and I say, I want to talk to the finance department. They say, who is this? I say, it's Tori Bazazian, which was my married name. They put me right through the Continental Justice Chief, who's a like 18-year-old kid. And she goes, hello, this is the Continental Justice Chief. Who's this? And I said, it's Tori Bazazian. And she said, well, do you want to know why you're talking to the Continental Justice Chief? And of course, I knew, but sure, why am I talking to the Continental Justice Chief? I wanted to hear what she had to say. And she said, well, you are declared suppressive. And I said, I wanted to tick her off because I knew if I made her mad, she'd send me the SP Declare. And it worked like a charm. I said, you know, you might be too young to know this policy, but L. Ron Hubbard wrote a policy. If it isn't in writing, it isn't true. And I have nothing in writing. So, no. And she said, you know what? I'll have it to you within 24 hours. And she FedExed it to my house. And that's why I have it laminated, because I knew it was so cool to get it and have my own SP Declare in writing, you know, with their BS on it. And I knew I would end up showing it a ton, which I have probably 1,000 times. And I've showed it in meetings and I've shown it on TV. And, you know, I showed it with a bunch of ministers, and it's been a good thing. It really has. So anyway, I forget how, I was reading the beginning of it. So they're saying Bob Minton or Stacy or Andreas or Jesse, I was unwilling to disconnect from. And I was. But that doesn't mean they're suppressive people. That's just their definition of suppressive person, because those people were telling the truth. And they don't want the truth known. God forbid. It is a trophy. Thank you, Dr. Saxey. And the Continental Justice Chief sounded like one of those time life operators, probably. You know, just someone holding a post and, you know, didn't really know, obviously, what she was up against. And that's okay. She FedExed it to me, and that's exactly what I wanted. But I didn't ask for it. If you asked for it, you'd never get it. Not anymore. And not even when I left in 2000. So there you go on that. Now, how do you think, is the lighting on this okay? I got my light, I got it charged up. So is it too bright? Because I can dim it if you want. Anytime you're told you can't talk to someone, it's a sign of control. Yeah, true. Very true, Sophie. So do you think should I lower this a little bit and you can see what it looks like? Let's see. See, there's that. What do you think? Lower or brighter? No, the lighting is fine. Okay. Let me brighten it up again. There you go. All right, that's good, right? Don't you think? Is that good? I think that's good. All right. So anyway, last night, first of all, a couple of things happened last night. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you on that, Fiona. Thank you for reminding everybody. Please hit the like button when you come in or when you leave. Thank you. It's better to do it now because you'll probably forget when you leave. So probably do it now. Okay, good. The lighting looks great. Yeah, I know. It's a really cool light. I really love it. Okay, so I want to thank all of you who sent me things. It's just been wonderful. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. But last night, it was so sweet. Okay, good. Okay, good. Thank you, Sophie. And thank you, Eric, for hitting the like button. That's good. So last night, if you were on, I kind of got snippy towards the end, and I mentioned I apologized, and I said, look, I'm just hungry. You know, I'd eaten dinner a couple hours before, but I'd gotten hungry, and it's just, that's all it was. Phil Jones has been posting some very good videos. Okay, good. So check out Phil Jones too, and subscribe to his site also. So anyway, I got hungry, and she said, all of a sudden I see on the chat, your food's going to be arriving at 2:20 in the morning. I was on for almost 3 hours, a long time. I don't even know what happened, but it went for a long time. Tonight's going to be a much shorter one. I'm going to keep it very, very short. But anyway, I wanted to thank Chi. She's not on now, but if she comes on, remind me to thank her, because that was so sweet. She sent me this dinner, and it was a perfect dinner for me. It was like lettuce and chicken and some fruit, berries, and it was delicious. It was just perfect. It was perfect, perfect, perfect. So anyway, it was really, I really appreciate it. It was like, what a thoughtful thing. You say on a chat, I'm hungry, and someone calls up and sends you a dinner. I was just shocked. It's just amazing to me. It really is. Okay, hi, it's Kara from Facebook. Are your rainbow socks needing replacement? Love from Scotland. Ooh, no, I love my rainbow socks, and I only wear them at special times because I don't want them to have to be replaced. But thank you so much for them. They were a gift from quite a while ago, and they've lasted. They're really solid Scottish socks. Really cool. That's just so thoughtful to send that to you. I know it really, everything I've received has been wonderful. Hey, Tori Magoo, how the heck are you? From Alaska Life. All right. I'm good. I'm really good. I actually got more dental work done today. So I'm like, that's why I want to keep it short tonight, because I'm kind of a little tired from all the work. Oh, it was a lot of work. We're replacing I remember I was out to dinner with Jay, and this bridge fell out. And, so luckily it didn't break. It didn't really matter, but they put it in for a little bit, and then they did some deep cleaning last week. And this week they've got the mold for it, and then in a couple weeks they'll put it in the official thing. All right, there's 37 likes and 60 in the chat. So who hasn't liked yet? All right, you guys. So whoever hasn't, please hit the like buttons. It really changes the algorithm, which I've learned recently helps bring it up so people see more stuff about Scientology. And this is Travolta and my twinning with him in Scientology. Last night, someone had asked me, I know, thank you. Last night I mentioned twinning with John Travolta, and someone said, what is twinning? So I wanted to just go over that with you and kind of explain. It's just a simple thing, but I wanted to explain what it was. So basically, this was in the early 70s. Celebrity Center had been started down on 8th Street here in LA. And Travolta showed up. And back then, he was sort of new. He hadn't gotten Welcome Back Kotter yet. But he was very handsome and, charming, just typical stuff. So anyway, I ended up twinning with him, which is where, we're going to check out each other on a bulletin, a Scientology bulletin of some of their technology. And then we have to each demo it out to the other person. And so that's basically what we were doing. And it was fun. It was just fun being with him. It wasn't anything more than that, but I've run into him. I think I did a bunch of different things with him, twinning with him, where we did some of their drills, which is too complicated to explain. But they're, you've heard the ones where, stand up, thank you, sit down on that chair, where you take a book and you say, stand up, thank you, sit down on that chair. It's kind of stupid. And it seemed kind of stupid, but anyway, we did it. And during that time, he got Welcome Back Kotter. So I ran into him years later at Battlefield Earth, because we were there to make sure none of the SPs got to John Travolta. And I was with Osa, and he came up to me and gave me a big hug and said, I'll never forget you and Vicky. So that was nice. And then I ran into him when I was out, and he gave me a hug. And Osa, you can get with him and tell him how evil I am, because I told him, I know they will. But hopefully one of these days he wakes up and leaves, because it's really not his group. It's not. I love his dancing in Saturday Night Fever. He's actually really amazing to dance like that. I know. I agree. I fell over and broke my bridge and nose a couple of years ago. Ooh, ow. That hurts. Okay, thank you for liking it. Good. All right. And a question. All right, here's a question. Thank you, Sophie. Did Travolta think that the tiaras got him the role in that show? I don't think so. I mean, I think Travolta literally was a good actor. And any of the guys that are celebrities that are in Scientology, I think most of it was from their own talent. It wasn't really Scientology. I mean, they can say it is, just like I used to always say, people say, God, you're so good at PR and communication and stuff like that. And I'd say, well, I'm a trained Scientologist, and that's what I always thought until I realized one day, no, not really. Like Laurel Sullivan, who was the PR for L. Ron Hubbard, I asked her, I said, how come when OSA sends out the critics to handle them, they never leave? And when they'd send me out, I'd often get them to leave. And I said, what's up there? And she looked at me and she goes, you were never trained in the PR tech, were you? The L. Ron Hubbard PR tech. And I said, no, I was. And that's when I thought, really, everything I know is from my parents. That's really all the successful stuff I have is from that. And she said, that's why you were successful. We who were trained in L. Ron Hubbard PR tech were kicked out of every single port in the world that we pulled into. So there you go. So, and then Sophie says he does his dance moves that actually really dangerous. It's banned by most dance companies. It's called the knee cracker. Ouch, that does sound painful. I didn't know that. I don't think I've seen that. I love him in the Look Who's Talking movies. Love them. They are one of my all-time favorites. Seen it many times. Yeah, I know. Good. And here's no one. All right. You left me a message? Okay, I'll listen to it again. Someone left me a message, but I was on the phone and then I got busy with some other stuff and I haven't gone back and heard it. But I think I know I still have it because it's still on here. So I'll listen to it again. Travolta was a great urban cowboy too. Yeah, he was good. And Michael was another great movie of his too. Oh yeah, where he was the angel, right? Yeah, he was really good in that. That's true. I'm glad you mentioned that. Abby's human happy that you're all right. Oh, okay, good. Oh, okay, here we go. I missed that. I was lucky everyone were wearing masks. There was a lot of bruising and 3 stitches. Ouch. This is where you fell? Oh, that sounds painful, Abby. What happened? Oh, where you fell over and broke my bridge in my nose a couple of years ago. Ouch. That sounds really painful. Okay. Everyone were wearing masks. There was a lot of bruising and 3 stitches. Yeah. I know when you fall like that, it's awful. I fell off my back porch. That's what broke my first ankle and started a whole bunch of stuff. But I know it's difficult. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. All right, Paulette Beebe. You don't happen to have a relative named Michael Beebe, do you? Savannah, Georgia. I knew a Michael Beebe in Scientology. Never forgot the name. Anyway, so there you go. So that's basically me twinning with him. He was such a delight. He always has been very kind. He's very much of a gentleman. And I really hope he gets out. I have for years and years. I hope he gets out. I feel like, especially now that his son has passed away and his wife has passed away, it's like, why stay? Get out. Okay, question. Why do they call it twinning and why do you think they do it this way? Good question. Twinning is like, it's like twins. Like twins are 2 people, right? We're twins, that kind of thing. So twinning, you're both doing the same thing. Like you check me out and then I'm going to check you out. So Hubbard named it twinning. I have no idea. It was part of the thing that you twin up with someone and do this. And in Scientology, that's a big deal. A lot of people have to go through various different things with training, and you have to twin up with someone else and do it. And then also we twinned up a lot because I did a lot of co-auditing in my lower bridge. I just co-audited it because I thought, who wants to pay all that money? Plus, I wanted to get trained as an auditor. So I got trained, and then you'd pick someone and say, do you want to audit me? I'll audit you. And okay, we'll do it. We're on. And it was really fun. I mean, that's the thing that I think people don't get is, I don't know what happens now. Now is a different time than back then. This was in the 69, early 70s, but auditing was fun back then. Everything was not as serious as it is now. So that's just the way it is, you know. So we were twinning up, and I forgot what I was going to tell you about it. What? We were twinning up. Anyway, me and Travolta were twinning up. And then somebody asked about twinning. Why do they call twinning? Oh yeah. And why do you do that in this way? It's just the way they said to do it. You know, it's like you sit across from each other, and you know, the one person, for the first thing is you're just reading a bulletin. And anytime you stumble, okay, that's it, flunk. Let's look up the word that you find a word you didn't understand. Okay, here's the word. Okay, let's look it up. Okay, now read it again. Okay, it's all clear. Good. Go on. That's the beginning of it, with the very, very early stages of it. Then, like even TRs, you have to twin up for that. Okay, we're going to do TR 0. Okay, TR 0, start. Now let's say I go like this. Okay, flunk, you blinked. Start. It isn't really blinking because they used to have blinkless TRs, but they don't anymore. Anyway, they have them on the net. You can see all the TRs, but I found them very interesting. I did. I loved the communication course, and most people I talked to, that's the only thing they really liked in Scientology. All the rest was trying to get back to those little wins that they had. It's very ironic when you think about it. Yeah, think of it as a buddy system, Hans. That's a good, Hans Christian Schwartz. That's a good, yeah, it's like a buddy system. No one, yeah, thank you. All right, so now, not my name. All right, Tori, I would like to mail you a gift, a crocheted sweater I made for you. I am making for you. How could I send it to you? You can send me, here's this is my email, and you can send me, just put YouTube and the subject thing, sweater, and then send me your address, and then I'll send you mine. That's how we'll work it. And thank you for doing that. Okay, now here's something. Just watch Mark Bunker new upload of his 1999 video in Clearwater when he thought CFS wanted to kidnap him. Wow. And a deputy sheriff escorted his cab to the Tampa airport. Could tell he was shaken. Wow, that's intense. See, that's before I was out. I was out in 2000, in July of 2000. So I was in for a long time during that time, and a lot of stuff happened then. I know. So I'll look forward to seeing it too. Okay, Tori, you scared me with that straight face. What was my straight face? What did I do? I can't remember. What was it? When I was trying to remember what it was? Yeah, I know. I didn't give you my address here. That's what I said, email. I'm sorry I scared you, Sophie. I'm always okay. You know, I just goofing around. Question. When you met John Travolta, is he nice as people think he is? He is. That's what I was saying. He's a really, really nice, kind, fun gentleman. He really is. I would say that. He's a lovely person. He was then, and I've seen him since. I ran into him at one of the theaters, and he came up and gave me a hug. And this is after I've been out. So there you go, Osa. Go ahead. Try to tell him how horrible I am and don't talk to me. Isn't going to work. He's like inches, I think, from, getting out anyway. I hope. It's one of those things I hope. I hope that for Odo, too. Odo, if you hear this, get out of there. I've been talking to you for 20 years. Come on out. You don't have to slave away there. I know you think you're clearing the planet or keeping the orcs safe so they can clear the planet, but here's a little secret between you and me. They are not clearing the planet. Period. It's not happening. Whatever you think or you thought was going to happen, it's not. So come on out and have some fun. Okay, now I'm confused. Wait, let me go back up here. Something got goofed up. Okay, so don't give your address here. I won't. Question, when you met John Travolta, is he a nice guy? I answered that. Okay. This is a question to Sophie. Twinning only exists in the study sector of Scientology, not on the actual levels themselves. Okay. I don't think that's true. I twinned all the way through my grades. If you mean the OT levels, yeah, you're right. On the OT levels, you don't. On the upper levels. But remember, it's like a triangle. In the lower part of the bridge, I twinned up on that for many, many things. And even on some of the upper level stuff, I twinned on some stuff without. So it just depends on what you're doing. Now, I twinned on FPRD after OT3. Remember, OT3 is the top triangle. And after OT3, I twinned on, I got trained and got twinned on FPR, false purpose rundown, which it would have been awful if I was paying for it because it would have cost a fortune and been forever. But we ended up having a great time. We really did. I did it with a guy. I really liked him. We had a great time together. Okay, cool, awesome. Okay, that's what now my name says. And Sophie says, please email Tori. Thank you. And then Sophie says, Tori, you were doing your TR face and you didn't really scare me. Oh, okay. All right. I thought you said I did. No, wait, let me look up here because I've got it here. Oh, Tori, you scared me with that straight face. There. I see, because it was the TR0. That's it. Yeah, that's TR0. You show no emotion. Okay, and here's somebody else who watched the bunker video too. Crazy. I bet there were Scientology cops and they found out that he had called to the police. Think it could be a kidnapping? Craziness. I doubt it. I don't know. I'll have to watch it and see. Okay, Tori, we know there are so many members of C of S are watching and listening to this stream. Your messages will go to them. It's important coming from you. Okay. All right. Thank you. I think it is. And I think I just reminded another person that's someone on the live stream that does live streams. And they were sort of like, I don't know if it's that important. I said, it's very important because you have no idea how many more people there are that are listening in that are not in the actual chat. That's why I really appreciate the chat people. And I also appreciate the people afterwards. There's a lot of people that go, oh, I'm sorry. I forget what they call it, but it's, tomorrow, and they already missed the live stream. So they're doing the, whatever they call it. And I appreciate that as much. I mean, it just say something, make a comment. That's the thing that's wonderful, is to see different people's comments on different things. And I love that. So you can do it afterwards just as much as now. Okay, so I think, oh yeah, okay, we did that. Okay. And did I miss anything? Oh, this is cute. From Karmic Peace. Question, totally off topic. Do you do your own nails? No. I don't do my own nails and I don't do my own hair. I have a hairdresser and nails. I did for years. I did my own nails and, on and off. When I sold jewelry, I had acrylic nails and I got those done. But then in between it, I would just do my own and stuff like that. It just depends on what I'm doing. But now I found someone where it's affordable and I like them and it works. So I do those. So I do my nails. And plus I'm old enough, I figure, okay, take a couple things that you can enjoy. And my hair is definitely one of them that I love, that the way Joe does my hair. So I go. Okay, so this is a good question I missed, I think, right? Right, Sophie? Are twins with someone who's on the same level as you, or is it okay to do with someone on another level? You wouldn't you wouldn't twin on someone on another level. You mainly twin on the same level. That's what twinning is, because you're both on the same level. But I have had people, let's say my twin had to go to an emergency, so they can't be here. So they have brought other people in who aren't necessarily on the same level I am, but they can help me out. They already did the level, passed it, and they know how to do it. And so they'll come and twin with you, quote unquote, but they've already done it. So they're just doing your side of it. You don't have to do their side of it for that. But usually it's a buddy system. It works pretty well, I think. That's where I met my husband. I would have never been married if it hadn't been for twinning. That's where I met him. That's right. And Bill Franks, who was the big executive senior at the time, came in and he had his big blue Navy uniform on with the gold things. And he looked very significant. And he said, everyone is staying all night. You're going to, and think of a check sheet like this long. And I had done about this much of it. And now he wanted us to do all the rest of it by Thursday before 2, which was the next day. It was Wednesday night. He said, we're going to bring in coffee and donuts at midnight. That's going to help. And I thought, this is a nightmare. Plus, I had to get my medication for epilepsy. And I almost jumped out the window. I was like freaked out. And I hardly knew Harold at all. He was twinning with me and helping me, but that was all I knew. And I said, look, I got to get out of here. I have to get out of here now. And he got it. It was just really great. Just a minute. He really, really got it. And he said, I'll be right back. He went up to the supervisor and he came back and he goes, all right, let's go. And I get up. I'm just shocked, right? Because I remember I was the real true believer. He was raised in Scientology. So his parents got in 1950 and his mother kind of paid his way up the bridge. He didn't really pay for it. I don't even know if he would have done it if she hadn't paid for it. So it wasn't really his thing, but it was really my thing. So now I'm like, I'm a big true believer and we can just walk out like this. But he goes, no, come on. So we get outside and I go, what happened? And he goes, well, it's Outtech to study over being hungry. So I just told the supervisor that. I said, you were hungry. We're going to go get something to eat and then we'll be back. I said, okay. So we go and we went to Astro Burger, which I love. I love hamburgers and I love Astro Burgers. I don't eat them often anymore because they're I think they were how I gained all the weight I gained because I used to be 100 pounds overweight. But anyway, I loved it at the time. And we went to Astro Burgers and he was super funny and just an adorable person. And I just thought, I love this guy. I really do. I think I fell in love with him that night. And then we get out in the car and I go, now what are we going to do? Because I'm thinking we have to go back to LA, Oregon, spend the night all night. That's what the order was, right? And I'm like, yes, sir. And he goes, no, we're going home. It's our tech to make people stay all night. No. Remember, he started with Hubbard. This is on up the line. Hubbard was still running the thing, but he had just a different view. They were different, those early Dianeticist kind of people. They were just different than Scientologists. You know what I mean? A lot of them left. A lot of them said, no, if you're going to start a church, forget it. We're out. And that's when I think Hubbard created the PTSSP, because it's like, you can't talk to those people. Because if you talk to those people, you're going to leave too, right? Okay, so now let me see. I'm behind on this, so pardon me for a minute. You just watched this. Okay, we saw that. Members watching coming from you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now here's another one from Eric. I saw you speaking freely video from 2000 that Mark Bunker did 9 days ago, and you still have your spunk enthusiasm 24 years later. And you were amazing then and still amazing now. Love your videos. Thank you. I know. Thank God he took those videos, though. I mean, I really, really appreciate it. Because, it's like he caught me a day after I'd been out. We got me on maybe a day or two, but I was like a baby and he got it on video, and it's really great to see. It's like, wow, it's amazing for me. It's called the Replay Crew. Thank you. That's right. Thank you for that. The Replay Crew. Yeah, they always seem to apologize like it's kind of a bummer, but to me it's fine. I don't quite get why they're apologizing. Okay, the Replay Crew. Oh, thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. I'm glad you do. All right, Nanya. Okay, Tori Magoo 44. I just finished watching your 1999 interview with Mark Bunker. As you are just as adorable now. Thank you. That's sweet. You guys are very kind. Now let's see if I can. Okay. London calling. Okay, London calling. Hello. Hi, London. And here's a long time watcher. First time ever commenting. All right. Hi, Jenny. Well, thank you for commenting. It's kind of fun, huh? I literally just watched that video and came here. Wow. Well, I hope I'm standing up to then, but it is many years later. All right, so let's see. Yeah, welcome to the chat. Definitely. Thank you, Sophie, also for helping us. And hi, Tori. How are you? I'm good. I'm pretty good. I'm doing some dental work, so I'm a little bit, I'm trying to keep this short, so I'm not going to do it much longer because it hurts to talk too much. Anyway, question. How do members believe that they are clearing the planet when it's not clearing yet after how many decades? I know. I mean, that was a big part of my waking up. It was like, no, wait a minute. We're OTs, but I don't know anybody who can do anything OT, which is cause over matter, energy, space, and time. I didn't know anybody. And clear, I was a long time ago, was like, forget it. So I don't know. I don't know how this many years later, they're still in it, kind of, I don't know what. I think at this point, it's like, where are we going to go? And it's like, you know what? If you're listening, you can just come on out. And life is good out here. Believe it or not. I know Hubbard really had it built in how horrible it is outside of Scientology, and it's evil and dark, and the only lightness is in Scientology. That's not true. It's just not true. And I'm someone who stayed in for 30 years. thinking it must be true. And I kind of knew from probably at least 10 years for sure, I knew something was very fishy. But I just kept trying because I kept thinking it must be me, right? It must be me. And after a while, you kind of connect the dots and go, I don't think it's just me. Okay. I'm so glad more people are watching your videos and that Mark Bunker is re-uploading. Okay, yeah, me too. That's Sophie. Yeah, that's a good one. That name is not familiar to me. Okay, I don't know what name you mean. Mark Bunker? Well, just Google him or put him into Facebook and you will become familiar with Mark Bunker. Okay, Paulette BB, who are you referring to? Please put the name in context. Okay, good. Thank you, Sophie. Yeah, I didn't quite get that, Paulette, either. That name is not familiar to me. Hey, Cookie Crumble from Sydney, Australia. Okay. Wow, that's great. It's one of those places I have on my list. Okay. Think if I knew you in person. I'm also a former Scientologist, many centered in Orange County org. You would have made a great friend at one of the orgs. Ah, that's nice, Jonathan. I think you're right. I generally get along with Scientologists and ex-Scientologists and people in general. I like people, so that's it in a nutshell. Ooh, okay. Wait a second. Something just happened. I clicked on that little thing. Okay. Yes, watching Tori's older videos, she hasn't changed at all. That's embarrassing. I guess. I don't know. I think that's a compliment. I'm not sure, but I think so. She has a very young spirit, it seems. Been watching her at LA protests. Sweet person. Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying. I am. I'm old, so I don't get around as good as some of these younger whippersnappers, but we've worked it out. You know, at first I was like, man, I can't go. And then I thought, oh, I could go for a little bit. That was my plan originally. And then I bought a chair, and so now I have my little chair that I sit in. And anyway, it just evolved. Now I have a trans. What do you call them? A long thing that holds my camera. Someone gave me. I could look it up, but I don't want everyone else to have to wait. But anyway, I have those things and they help me. Everything everybody sent me. I have some backup batteries now that some other people sent me. Do Scientologists ever refer to other religions as cults? They refer to cults, but they don't refer to a religion as a cult. You know, cults to them are like the Moonies or the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they try not to use the word cult because I think they know they're a cult, and not everybody, but the guys running it know they're a cult, and so I think they try not to use the word. They sent me to the Jewish Federation on Wilshire Boulevard to see if they would call Scientology a cult. They sent me to Steve Allen to see if he would call me a cult, or call Scientology a cult. Steve Allen was totally into reading the Bible the day I went. So that didn't come up at all. He was just saying if the religious right, the big religious right, if they get into office, our country's over. That was his view. There was that. And the Jewish Federation, it was wonderful. I mean, they had taught the kids, because the internet was sort of new back then. And so they had this whole thing where they taught these kids in a weekend seminar on how to know what websites to go into and what ones not to, which I thought, that's pretty smart. And so the kids all got up and gave their success stories about, you know, this and that and how I learned this and I'm so much freer from it. It was wonderful. So I go back and tell Scientology that, thinking they're going to go, oh, yeah, let's do it. No, not at all. They didn't want anything to do with it. Nothing. Even though they had great success with it. No, they didn't want them to. Really weird for me again. Oh, that's nice. This is Sophie saying, yes, I agree. She's really like sunshine. Oh, that's very sweet. Okay, chat reminder, please provide context in your messages. I know I can't remember things, so you have to keep the context in there so I know what you're talking about. And please hit the like button. I think Paulette meant she's not familiar with Mike Beebe. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Michael Beebe. Yeah, that was some guy I knew back from Scientology. Oh, and that's a compliment. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, yes, it's a compliment from Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. I'm only 14 years younger than you. You're not old. Old is in the mind. That I know. I'm just saying it because it's like I'm 76. So 14 years younger than me is a lot younger than me. And I'm just telling you, at 76, it's not like I feel old. I don't. And I know I've always had that same view that old is just in your heart. It's what's in your heart, in your mind, and it's like if you think you're old, you're old. And I don't think I'm old, but I think action is way more important than any words. So I can say I'm old, but if I'm acting younger, that's what I am. And that's the way I feel. But I am, as far as when you see me walking around, yeah, she's getting older. And I am, so that's okay. I don't, it happens. It happens to everyone. So it's not like it's going to happen to me, but it's not going to happen to you. It's something that happens to everybody. And I try to share it because I think it's a good attitude for people to have, that it's okay to be older. It's like I always say, oh, yeah, I don't want to get older. No, we don't want to get older. Mm-mm. But now that I'm older, I'm like, hey, it's not that bad. It's actually kind of cool. I like it. And people at the pickets are really funny. They're like, God, we can't wait till we're your age. Everybody's so nice to you. Like, be careful what you wish for. Okay, so I get it though, Nanya. Okay, did CFS really use dead agent pack to keep Travolta from leaving Scientology? I don't know. But I know that they have dead agent packs up on the internet about me. You can read about me and everybody else, any other activist. They generally don't do a dead agent thing until you leave. If you leave and he spoke out, then they would start spreading shit about him. But even then, I kind of don't think so, because Travolta's so big, it would just, be so bad on them. I don't think they would. I really don't. And I don't think they're doing anything to keep him from leaving any more than anybody else. It's just sort of like he's got to, the way out is the nearest door. Open the door, walk out, leave, get in your plane, go for a flight. It's like he probably has a pretty good life. That's what I think. I don't really think he lives the regular Scientology life. So he's probably like, okay, it's fine. And it's another red carpet around the world as far as a celebrity. He's at the top of the chain for Scientology. And even though we might not think it's much, there's, for the ones that are around, when he comes around, it's like, John Travolta, wow. So that never hurts. So hi, Joe. And hey, Joe says, hey, chat. All right, and nothing but love. Thank you so much for taking time out of your nights for us. I love your channel so much. Well, thank you for saying that. That's really sweet. You're very welcome. For me, it's the morning coffee with Magoo. That's what Joe said. All right, and here's SPTV in Espanol. All right, hi, Tori in chat. My second time watching. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. You are welcome. And please, if you can, if you speak Spanish, please, I hope you're making a Spanish channel about being an activist in Spanish, because they're after the Spanish community. I would be happy to do an interview with you, because it's a big deal for me. I'm always talking to Spanish speaking people, telling them Scientology is after you. You got to know that, after you and your family. So be careful. Here's my card. Learn what they're about. Learn what they won't tell you, and don't get into it. But Spanish speaking people are very nice people, a lot of them. And that's where they know, oh yeah, okay, we can get these guys. Yes, Tori, action is so important. Many people can talk the talk, but not walk the walk. And you definitely do walk the walk. I give it a shot, man. I'll tell you, I really try. I do. It was funny when I first was going to go to these pickets. I thought, I can't go, not because I was too old, but I just knew my walking thing. It was like, I just can't walk around for hours at end. It's not going to work. And then someone said, I think DOA was there, and he had a chair. And he said, here, sit in the chair. It's fine. You can use my chair. And so I sat in the chair and I thought, well, this works. It worked out fine. So then I brought my little walking stick, because I'm better with that. I brought my cane once, and 2 people kicked it over because it's lower, so you don't really see it. Whereas the walking stick, you see. So anyway, I brought the walking stick, which is for kind of balance. It's just a balance thing for me. And so then I was set. And it's worked out. And then I bought a chair myself, so that I had a chair. Okay, now let's see what this is. But anyway, now I'm a protester. I like to. I see a lot of live streams with people in front of blue buildings protesting Scientology. What is that all about? Did they do something wrong? What brought you to my site? That's what I want to know. I was in Scientology for 30 years and I escaped out. So what did Scientology do? You Google it and go study it a bit. Type in, this is the website I want you to go study, because I'm not going to spend the time now doing that. Go study this, www.xenu.net. Study that site. And then when you get a little bit more what's going on, you come back. Because, wait. I saw it. Okay, no, wait. Okay, what is all this? Okay, sorry about this. I didn't realize all these things came out. Okay. I see a lot of live streams. Okay, we said that. Okay, hi Tori. Okay, here's someone. I'm 50 in October. And although my body is falling apart, my head still feels sturdy. I love staying young. Exactly. That's exactly what happens. And it's like some people less than others, but it just happens when it happens, and you have to flow along with it. Do you ever think Scientology will ever claim that they found the reincarnation of LRH? No, I don't. I saw that the Greenfield School wiki page, Scientology School at St. Hill, was edited this week to remove some embarrassing details this week. So I put them back in. Bad luck, Scientology. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's what Miscavige's plan is to basically, all the green and red volumes are out of all the orgs, but I'm pretty sure they're going to redo them. And I've said this for years. When they came out with the basic books, I said, okay, this is a test to see if the Church of Scientology members will go along with violating keeping Scientology working. Because LRH said you can never, ever change anything without his okay. Nothing. And now they're going to change the whole basic books. Whether they look better or not, it's still a violation. And I said, it's still a test. And they all fell for it. They all bought it. There you go. So I said, this is just a test. Now they're going to come out with the green and red volumes because they've got to get rid of all the awful quotes that Hubbard said that were racist and creepy. And I'm not even going to say them. They're too creepy. And that's what's happening. Now all the red and green volumes are gone. Now, are they going to come back with them? Of course. It's money. They will. So good for you for putting the bad quotes back in that are his quotes. They're actually his quotes. Yeah, they're targeting the minority groups. That's definitely true. And I do speak Spanish fluently. Wonderful. You were the one who gave me the idea to start this channel. Okay, good. So good. I'm so happy. And I hope it's in Spanish also, so Spanish speaking people can get it. You suit that color of blue you're wearing very nice. Thank you. And you notice I have the purple behind me, which is it's a little thing. It's my thing to bring for picketing tomorrow night. I got to remember to bring that. Someone gave me. Thank you. All right. SPTV Espanol, that's so awesome and so important to inform Spanish speakers about this cult. You should definitely interview Tori. Yeah, you should, because I live here in LA, and I really think they're after them adamantly. Okay, hello Tori. Chicago Naperville checking in. All right. Hi Smoke. Yeah, I grew up in Chicago. That's a good area. Does Scientology have orgs in Latin America? I think so, but I don't know anymore, really. I don't. You can Google it. Ask Mrs. Google. I'm 37, born in 1987, March 3rd, Pisces baby. I feel young and old at the same time. That is very common for 37. It is, because you are young and old. You are. So you're just moving into not quite middle age, not yet, but you're getting there. But you know what? Don't worry about it. It's like I had heard so many weird things about 50 and 60, and none of that was a problem for me. 70 was wonderful. It was really amazing. I didn't have any problem with 50 or 60. And then I turned 70. That's why I put the purple in my hair, because I thought, 70? I'm going to be 70? I'm going to put purple in my hair. That's it. And I thought people would get really mad at me and say, you're too old for purple in your hair. And probably some people do think that, but I can't tell you how many compliments I've gotten from younger people all the way up to 90-year-olds, and a lot of men. It's really surprising. So anyway, it's been fun for me, so I've kept it. Okay. Yeah. Sophie says, Eric, you're still a baby. Definitely. Okay, question. Here's a question. What would you have done if you saw a Scientologist attack a protester while you were in? Like what happened with DOA grilling? Well, I would go talk to them for sure and say, what the hell is going on? What are you guys doing? It's kind of the same thing as I'm saying now. What the hell are you guys doing? It's so stupid. It's so against everything Scientology says they're for. I probably wouldn't have called the police because I was a Scientologist and it was totally against calling the police. And the police were there anyway. But I would have gone and talked to the executives and said, look, I don't know what's going on here, who's running OSA, but this is not okay. You can't be doing stuff like this to people. I was pretty outspoken with a lot of things, thanks to epilepsy, believe it or not. Okay, Eric, my husband and I were in our mid-20s when we got married in March of 1987. Well, we were in our I think I was 27 when we got married in 1974. That's right. So that's nice, Eric. Very nice. So you guys have been married for a good time. That's good. Ah, thank you, Lily. That's nice. All right, now here's Charles. Recently read about the RPF. I don't know why anyone would let themselves stay in that situation. It sounds horrible. You have to look up mind control and learn about it because that's what Scientology is, and that's all part of it. And the only people that would be in that are the guys that are in the Sea Org, and they don't have any choice. But you have to understand it. There was no internet back then. My acquaintance in Tokyo thought that the Hispanic community had shown more resistance. Maybe that has changed. I will email her theory too. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm ta- I'm not saying they are getting them. I'm saying they're after them. And the more educated they are per cult experts, the less chance they have of getting snagged into it. So I know they're after them because they want dual speaking people because there's so many Spanish speaking people here in LA. Okay, all right. Now here's something. I'm not married. Ari is the one that's married. Oh, okay. Ari. Is Ari on here? Excuse me. Ari. I don't see Ari. Okay, I don't see him. Okay. Oh, it's Bari. That's why. Did you say? Yeah, you said Ari. No, it's Bari. Bari Snyder. Eric Levitt. My husband and I were in our mid-20s when we got married in March of 87. Okay, so it's Bari. Thank you for that correction. There's a correction. So we get it. There you go. Anyway, that is nice and it's a good run. Okay, so the RPF, let me just see if there's anything more. Okay, this is Joe. I know that sounds weird, but I wonder if smells trigger ex-Scientologists when they get out. The smell of the building inside, foods they ate, washing powders, if you know what I mean. I do, and I think for some people it does. It didn't for me. I hated the no smell thing. My friend and I used to go sniff, perfume bottles and different things. And yes, I knew Yvonne Gillum very well. She christened my son, and I worked at Celebrity Center. Did you know Yvonne Gillum? Yep, I did. You forgot there was a B in Bari's name. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Yvonne and I had some great run, and she's the one who asked me to go help Karen Black, who many of you may not have ever heard of, but she was a pretty big celebrity in her day and a Scientology celebrity. And her biggest breakthrough was Nashville, and she lost her voice the day before. So Yvonne came to me and said, "Look, I want you to give her a touch assist and see if we can help her." I have no idea. So I went out to her house, and I hadn't done OT3 at the time, so I didn't know what she was doing, and I still don't. I have no idea what she was doing, even though I did OT3. But I'd go like, normally a touch assist is like, feel my finger, thank you, feel my finger, thank you, feel my finger, thank you, feel my finger, and you kind of go, both sides of the body all the way up and down, for maybe like 20 minutes at the most. That's usually how it is. She was 3 hours. I would go like this, feel my finger, and I'm not exaggerating. 20 minutes later, she'd go, okay, I think, what is this woman doing? Then I go feel my finger. 20 minutes later, okay. It just went on. But at the end of the touch assist, she had her voice back and she could do Nashville the next day. And for years after that, wherever I went, she'd be with her celebrity friends and she'd go, Tori, come over here, come over here. And I'd go over there and she'd go, this girl gave me a touch assist, a Scientology assist, and I got my voice back from it. She pitched it wherever she went, and it was really amazing. I loved Yvonne. I really loved working with her. She was very inclusive and very kind and very loving. She was a good person. And her daughter is the same. I mean, I don't really know her second daughter, but the one daughter I really know, Janice Gillum, and she's so much like her mom. She's so kind and really just a very loving person, really nice to know. Everyone I know in Los Angeles who knew Yvonne loved her. Everyone. I don't know anyone that ever said anything bad about her. She was just one of those people that was like just the queen of everything. All right. Hang on. Did you know Dan Bernan when you were in Scientology? Now, that's a funny thing you asked that, because I've been trying to remember his name for 24 years. And I couldn't remember it. Dan Bernan. He is the guy that went to Bunker's house when they said to me, you need to take this sign and go to Mark Bunker's house. And I was still in. And I said, no, I'm not taking it. That's ridiculous. You don't even know this man. And you're pulling stuff out of your ass and writing it on a board. And you want me to go over there and stand in front of his house? No, I'm not doing it. That's not nice. It's not right. It's certainly not Scientology. I don't know what the hell you guys are thinking of, but no, I'm not doing it. And Dan Bernan went. He said, I'll go. And he went over there, and Bunker kept him on his website for about 20 years. He had that picture of him out in front of his house with his sign on. It cracked me up every time I'd see it. Anyway, that's Dan Bernan. Yes, I knew him. And I think he's still in, unfortunately. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to go now because I said I'm going to keep it short, and this is an hour, so that's good. All right? So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day tomorrow, and I hope you enjoyed this talk. All right. So with that, I'm going to say strength. I've been listening to Bruce Springsteen, and he's like, your strength, your strength, your faith, your hope, your love. Yeah. So let's all work on one of those or all of those: strength, faith, hope, and love. One way or the other tomorrow. See if you can help somebody doing with one of those 4 things. I will have an amazing night. Thank you, Eric. And thank you, Hans. And thank you, Kimberly. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful. I love you from the top and the bottom of my heart. All right. So good night. Sleep tight.